Welcome back to the ASUS RG Dreamleague. So apparently, I'm too professional.
You can't flap here. Unflappable.
No, unfazed.
Yeah.
Unfazed.
I was impressed.
Thanks. But yeah, there was a power cut yesterday. Like the entire area here went out. That means that MVP Phoenix and Tinker is going to be postponed, but it's postponed until today.
Yep.
18:30 is going to be when it's played, and it's played on the B stream. So if you want to watch that, that is twitch.tv/DreamLeagueB.
2.
Dreamleague 2.
Dreamleague 2.
Totally professional.
Still unfazed.
Still unfazed.
I like the way when the lights went out, you were just so logical. So like, well, these lights are still working and the computers are still working. This is clearly a gag.
The red light above the camera is still working
well
too.
Done,
So.
well done.
This is a joke and I'm not laughing.
Like Spock or something, yeah. Incredible.
Well, we are, of course, here with day 3. So we have had 4 games yesterday, and I believe we have some standings to just look at how things were and how things looked. Or rather, we had 3 games yesterday, rather, because, of course, one got postponed. So let's take a quick look at the standings here. MVP Phoenix still comfortable on top, but that's also because they played most series.
Yeah, 8 games played and a 4-4 record. I think, in general, if you're in a group like this, I'm pretty sure that an even record will be enough. But Cloud9 Evil Genius is still yet to play. Tinker yet to play. So, yeah, it's still looking it's pretty much anyone's group, right?
Yeah, Cloud9 and EG are kind of sat there.
Yeah, I mean, it's still anyone's group, but maybe the 3 most fair teams have yet to play any game at all.
Yeah.
So 50-50 right now looks good for now, but then
It
again,
ain't money in the bank.
need to stay 50-50
Yep.
to secure that, yeah.
Yeah, for today we have got 4 series coming up, or 5 series if you will, of course including the game from yesterday, and 3 of those series involve 4 anchors, so if they have 6 games to play today.
Yeah.
A lot of FinStack.
Yeah, and actually, you know, I wanted to help them a bit. Did you see Matumba Man today?
I've
Just
seen
walking
it.
around.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cold in Sweden.
Not as cold as Finland.
Apparently not, because Matumba Man is walking around in shorts
Oh, wow.
and a shirt, and he did not wear a jacket to here. Like, that's just his
That's crazy.
attire. So what I thought is, like, I have this hoodie here,
Yeah.
and
Does this say Dreamleague on it?
This, no, but this. I don't
it has
know if you can
anchor on
zoom in there.
Can we zoom in on this?
That's an anchor right there.
Need to
Like,
zoom.
anchor.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lend him that.
and it's like it has stripes, because like sailor people have stripes, right?
Sailor people have
So
stripes.
I'm gonna
That
give him this.
prejudice.
Yeah.
Show the anchor again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the anchor again. I don't know.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
There it is.
Beautiful.
Like,
You
it's
could be a
it's an
hand
anchor.
model.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well done.
Oh, yeah. So
What did he say when you said, do you want to borrow
well,
this hoodie?
I'm gonna I don't know.
Oh,
what
you're
he
going to go
said.
now? Oh, okay.
Give it to Matumba.
I'm just gonna check if he wants to have it. So, Matumba Man, are you cold?
Do I have to say yes?
No, you don't have to say yes. But just in
Rejected.
case,
Rejected.
rejected. Okay,
Wow.
that's good. He's wearing shorts. It's
Do I have to say yes? What's the response?
It's like the most begrudging receiving of a gift.
no, you don't
Yeah.
have to if you
It's
don't
like,
want
does this
to.
come
I
with
want
a
you to feel
tag so I can
comfortable when
return
playing
it?
your
It's like one
game.
of those bad Christmas presents.
You can save it for later.
Awkward.
Okay.
Or later? Just
Yeah.
Okay, he
He's
doesn't want to.
extremely
Crazy
grateful.
fins there.
You tried, Shiva.
I
You tried.
I tried.
Man, try and give someone a jumper and they just turn you away.
It's free
Rebuff.
stuff.
Yeah.
If that was a Dutch person, he would have taken it, even
Wow.
if it wasn't his size. I don't know.
Oh,
That's how Dutch people work.
There you
they
go.
just take all the free stuff. We've got Bruno today, of course, as well. Bruno is sitting on the couch next to me. So, Bruno, what do you have to say about today?
What up, Shiver? And here I am in the couch with Shane and a legend of the good studio,
Yeah,
an admirable
Legendary
person, a great guy that needs no introduction, so he's not gonna get any. How's it going?
good. I'm pretty good, pretty good. I'm a bit tired, but yeah, overall good.
Cool. So what you've been doing during the event? We haven't seen you on camera, so
I'm doing the overlays and observing,
so
so
you're looking
pretty
at
much
things.
I'm just watching the games.
That's observing.
basically-
Isn't that what
basically
everyone
what
does?
I do. I just watch the games. I mean,
Right.
When I saw you out there, you were sitting in the production room and you had like 2 jackets over you and you're like a
Yeah.
little
I
Eskimo
was
just like
really
this,
tired.
like
I was
playing.
really tired yesterday, so I had like my hoodies on. I was just like sitting, half sleeping during the drafts, and then get ready for the game. Just like try and catch as much action as possible.
So I mean, you've been doing observing, and that's like something that unfortunately hasn't caught on in Dota much. Like I think other than you and Scrift mostly, and Mott did it sometimes.
Yeah, I believe Mott did it. I think a lot of people actually got to try it during the first summit
Yeah.
event. So it was like Mott, a few pro players, and like a lot of people actually got to try it. I think they kind of realized it's not as easy as you think, but it's still like not super hard, I guess. I mean, you just gotta have a sense for what to look for.
Did you actually have to change how you play Dota because of the way you move the mouse and you move the screen and stuff like that?
Not really. I mean, now since during TI we got the what's it called? The smooth observing kind of thing. So we
It's
have
smooth direction.
so it's like directed camera, but we control where the camera actually goes. So when we go to a fight, it like tries to frame the heroes perfectly and stuff. But before that, I always had to like take it down to minimum acceleration and speed like that just to make it smoother. So that was a bit weird, but I just changed it back when I was playing normally.
Cool.
So
Okay. So, yeah, that's one of the things that when they changed confused me a lot was that it used to be that you click somewhere on the minimap and you get immediately there.
yeah,
now
it
it kind of
jumped, and now it like, kind
travels
of drags
there.
to
It
show.
looks so smooth though compared
Yeah.
to it. Look.
But I think it's kind of good because it somewhat shows the way, like how
distance.
yeah, exactly how big the map is and the bit distance you move between where you look and
So-
where the action is.
One last question before we go back to Shiver because we have to go into the game. When do you zoom out? Because there's a guy that also uses the camera that has that question. He asked me.
I usually try and zoom out if it's like, say for example, in a Roach fight.
Right.
And one team is in Roach pit and another team is coming in with a smoke or something like that. I zoom out to get like kind of the view of them coming in so you don't actually have to jump like between them all the time, as well as just in general if fight spreads I zoom out, but if I realize like, oh, this guy's gonna run too far away, I just try and zoom in on the action again and try and catch as much as possible basically.
Fair enough. Okay, thank you very much, Wepas. Your time is done. You have to go observe again.
The draft is starting.
Go, run. Nice to have you here. That was Wepas, ladies and gentlemen. You know him from the good studio, our observer and like raging little guy. For now, we'll go back to Shiver.
Raging little
guys.
Wow.
A raging little guy.
Apparently so. But yeah, we are going to have the game very soon. We're going to try to not have as many delays or much delays as we had in the past 2 days. So we're actually almost into the draft. But before we go there, I am looking for predictions, as always, period. 4 anchors,
Well,
Virtus.Pro.
we were talking, me and Shane were chatting to a couple of the 4 ASC guys, and they were saying that they had a warm-up day and now they found their groove and they're ready. So I think they looked really impressive yesterday at times, so hopefully they can turn that on today for them, and I think they'll take it 2-0.
Okay,
Yeah.
very convincing.
I'm actually with Pyrion on that. I think that Finstack did amazing yesterday already and also seemed to play a little bit better towards the end of the day. I mean, MVP, sure, it was a 1-1, right? But it was really, really good play from all of Finstack, I would say, especially Trixie and Jarek. So I think 2-0 as well.
I'm on 2-0, but not because 4FC has been playing stellarly. They play well. Like that Sand King game, Jirax has been playing well, but they've been making a lot of mistakes as well. But it's more on the flip side. I feel like Virtus.Pro is the only team so far I've watched that hasn't shown us spectacular plays. Even when they win, it's kind of like, kind of win. So I think 4FC will take it, but it's like picking the US president. You're picking between 2 poison.
Okay.
And I know that's like
You're
a really
calling
bad...
poison now.
Wow.
Picking between 2 poisons.
That's correct,
Exactly
right?
what we're saying.
I don't think I've ever heard that saying.
No.
It's a good one.
No, I actually like that.
It's like, what's your poison?
No, that's what.
Pick
what
your
you want.
poison.
That's
what do you
like
wanna
a-
Pick your
drink, but-
poisons. That's the...
He makes that, like, that's the way he gets the poisons,
Okay,
I think.
okay.
Yeah.
Lumi sayings are the best saying. I love them.
But for FC, I'm looking for good play. For Virtus.Pro, win the lane, win the game. Don't throw.
I agree.
But 2-0 for FC for the predictions.
Well, I like... Okay, so you're all the same, right?
Ah,
You're all
here it
2-0.
comes.
So I'm like the
Go on.
diplomatic correct person. I'm saying 2-0 Virtus.Pro. I would have said 1-1, I think,
But you've
because
got to be contrary.
but I gotta be more contrary, so I
Okay,
go
yeah.
for 2-0. But Virtus.Pro, they had a day rest, so they had more time to analyze their opponents. They had time to rest. They had time to adjust to the coldness and whatever. And I think that they can actually definitely win a game. And I'm, like I said, like I'm gonna go for 2 because if they can win 1, they can win 2.
Eh?
But we're gonna see it because we are actually in the draft. So let's get our first game on the way. I will leave you in the capable hands of Lumi, Waga, and
See
Pyrion.
if I can do it again.
You missed it.
I did miss it. Well, you try and do it, Wagger. It's
more
hard.
centered next time.
Yeah,
like push
right.
Shiver to the
I'll come
sides.
middle and really...
You need to be in the center there. So anyway, we're heading into a draft, and we talked about this yesterday as well. How very important it is for ASC that they get a draft that works well for them, because.
I mean, we saw what happened when they got that game where they got outdrafted, right?
Exactly, and that was probably one of the more, like, I would say extreme outdrafts of the tournament, because it was really like, what are you gonna do at all with your Bristleback, Viper, and Lycan lineup, right? Against the Drow Ranger. It was very, very hard for him to punish, but this is a different game going up against VP here. VP removing out the Centaur and the Brewmaster as their first bans.
I mean, I've spoken to a few of the players about the Drow Visage, and they just say, if once you pick that, it's like, you know, it is super, super hard to lose, I think, with that. It's really, really, really strong.
Yes. Yeah, I talked to the Alliance, and they said the same thing.
Yeah.
And you can even lose in the early game, and then sort of you just kick in. You know, everyone hits so hard that man fighting is pretty easy.
Also, simple things like having that extra damage makes it easier for supports in lane to get money, and it's just, you know, suddenly you can push harder. It's really strong.
Well, that begs the question. So why don't you always get second pick and say, you know what, I'm going to Drow Ranger visit you?
Yeah.
Why don't we see that all the time?
That's exactly what I said. I said, why don't you just do that every time? The thing is, you then become predictable. And I think they were saying, one of the things they said is that Cloud9 do it, don't they?
Yes.
And that if they do it, they also know what they don't want to face. So if you tried picking it against someone like C9, they would just say, well, if you do that, we know exactly how to counter that. So bim, bam, bomb, and they'd pick that. And then everybody else would see it and be like, well, there you go. There goes your Drow Visage out the window.
Normally, like at TI4, people pick this combo as well a little bit. And it has been picked even longer back in the times as well. But one of the strongest counters against the Drow pick right now is available as well in Captain's Mode. That's Legion Commander. Like just jumping in, getting on that Drow Ranger and killing her. All you need is really to hit level 6, and then you can come. If you rush a Blink Dagger, you can slay her really easily.
Yeah.
And in general, Slark also works really well. So for ASC, even if Virtus.Pro was to pick a late Drow Ranger pick, if you just have the right type of lineup to deal with it, which I think for ASC did not have last time.
Indeed. Because they had no distance closer or gap closer at all.
Exactly, because they only have the walk-in heroes of Viper, BB, and Lycan, which were hard to work with.
So speaking of Captain's Mode, we are going to be looking at, not today, possibly, maybe later today, but probably tomorrow, 2 more heroes coming into the pool.
Yes.
Broodmother
and Phoenix.
And Phoenix.
Caw-caw!
And I think every player I've spoken to has just recoiled in horror at the idea of having to face these 2 heroes.
Yeah.
Hanny said Broodmother, in his opinion, is the strongest hero in the game.
You get very mixed opinions. Some pros say he's the strongest, some pros say he's actually, or she is actually useless.
Yeah. Right.
So,
but he's like, you get max move speed without boots. Like that was his point, was you don't need boots and you have max move speed. It's like,
I like the touch of accent there as well.
It was a little bit Hanny, a little bit Hanny. He was like, this is crazy.
I agree to an extent that she's very strong, but she needs to have the space to get that strong. You know, I think she's not impossible to shut down at all for 2 good support players, but we will have to see.
I mean, here's where I value the words of pub stars like Waga and Drasco more, because not to discredit Hani or any other pro player, but they spend a majority of their time training competitive matches. And you just play less pub games where you face Broodmother or play less Broodmother. So histories in the past have shown us, and Bruno will back me up on this, that pro players say a lot of things and they're often wrong. Obviously, I say a lot more things and I'm wrong more, but I believe I'm right in this.
You're right. Which way you think Broodmother is not that strong?
I think she's actually quite strong and viable, but not like, oh my gosh, she's broken and needs to be first ban.
Well, Broodmother used to be a very situational pick. I mean, we spent quite a bit of time talking about her now, but it's a new patch that's about to hit. Yeah. It's not available right now. They cannot pick Phoenix or Broodmother in this current patch.
Yeah.
But it is going to hit soon, probably during these days.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised if you see it tomorrow or even later today. And I think Broodmother, she's situational, right? You can't pick it against everything because, you know, Sand with Stout Shield and a lot of tangles can lane against her and just shut her down. Her purpose is gone. Tinker is a great way to deal with her because she can never push.
Darkseer, there's like
but some heroes you want to go with your team. I think Tinker is probably one of the strongest heroes against Broodmother because you can just march spam. And Brood's only purpose is to take towers.
Yep. Sure.
But I'm excited.
One of the things Hani said was because the spiders, like if you take damage, you can't run into the trees, right? That's the thing about Broodmother. Like so, what you can do is hide in the trees. And his thing was you just tower skip, sit there and make broodlings, and just keep the lane pushed that way. And hide in the trees. You can send out your spiderlings because if they get in trouble, they can run into the trees as long as they don't take damage. Like I think the ones that don't are stuck, something like that. I'm not quite sure on the mechanics because. Screw playing Broodmother.
One thing for sure is it will really affect the support that are pickable.
Yeah.
For example, if you pick a Skyraf
you're dead
early or
spiders,
like an Ogre early.
Oh yeah.
Like
some supports just don't do well against her
Yeah.
at all. I think squishy supports as well. Like Witch Doctor doesn't even do that much against
No,
her
yeah.
because his cask is just gonna be wasted on
Yeah.
on them. But it is really about her getting level 3 early or her getting at least level 2 early.
Sure.
So that's the point where you want to stop her when she only has her web. You
Yeah.
need to keep her out of experience range somehow. Sure, she can hide in the woods, but you can deal with that as well.
Yeah.
To be honest, one of the most awkward things that have happened to me when I played Broodmother was playing against the support Batrider, who just completely annihilated me. I couldn't do anything.
He ate all the trees with
He
fire
had
and
multiple clarities and tangles, and just dedicatedly harassed me. And it was hard to deal with. Was completely shut out in that game. Anyway, I think we've talked enough
Yeah,
about
let's
this.
bring it
about a
back
hero
until we
that's
see
not
them.
in the game, right?
Yeah, first, well, they're about to come.
Yeah.
So let's see what they're doing in this game. Lumi, what do you think?
So Mirana and Ogre, I imagine that's going to be your roaming kind of duo and combo. Ogre, as of late, has always been starting boots first. So automatically, that puts a lot of pressure on the lanes. I think Slark will be safe laned and pretty immune to it, but when we see Valix play the LC mid, he's a very gankable core. I mean, you could press the attack and kind of debuff and walk away, but there's a lot of stuns and slows.
Yeah, stun is the enemy of Legion Commander. If you get Ogre Magi to go in and initiate, you can easily follow up with Mirana Arrow, for example, and that's without even mentioning what they will have on the mid laner to help out. So Jakiro is going to be picked next, but I think Virtus.Pro, in this game, they could do really well with Invoker, to be honest. We saw Invoker get played yesterday by Hani,
Right.
and to great success with his
That's actually
prospects.
surprisingly effective.
It did a lot more than you would think because he was losing his lane towards a Viper and still got so
Yes.
much done. So AA gets picked as well, looking a
Okay.
little bit more like a core Mirana now. I know G really likes to play Mirana, so he might be the one to take it.
Sure.
But,
I mean, I actually like the return of like an AA mid as well. Like
No,
getting a
it's-
quick Aghanims, quick mech for your team, but
if it happens, yeah.
yeah, I don't think that's what we'll see though.
Yeah, the thing is, AA can do so much even without items, so I like it, but it's the same reasoning as Rubik, you know? Rubik is not that great mid anymore because he can still achieve so much from the support position. But these drafts, so far, I must say that I like 4ASC's line up a little bit better, and it's very similar to something they played yesterday as well. Both the Slark and the Jakiro and Legion Commander were all drafted. I believe they had a Skyref as well. This is exactly the same as they drafted yesterday. All the 4 heroes. 4ASC.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Well, then stick with what you know.
Yeah, they won.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1-0. Well, they need to get their last hero. Can I remember what they played? Oh, I don't think I can remember straight off what their last hero
It's
was.
probably like Ogre or something, but
No, ES was the
Oh,
last hero.
yeah,
right?
I'm sure.
Yeah, it was offlane Jakiro,
Jirac
Skyraf,
special.
and ES.
Legion can purge effects, right?
She can.
Can she
It's
purge
like an
the
add-on.
Ice Blast from Ancient Apparition? Or
No, that one is unpurgeable. It's gonna stay. The only thing you can do is hide with like Yule Scepter, Astral Imprisonment, these
Yeah.
kind of things.
And buy lots of cloaks.
Yeah,
And then
buy
sell them.
tons of cloaks to take less damage
Yeah.
and sell them. Very effective.
So, I mean, I think one thing that was said on an interview yesterday, I think with Trixie, is that their team does have a sort of limited hero pool. I think that's one of his self-weakness that he said. And we see the same heroes, but it's not so small that you could ban out their entire pool. So, hey,
Well,
you know,
ES
if it
is
works.
gone, so they lost.
Well, they didn't lose.
Yeah,
I think Jirax's Rubik is very good pick here. Like, there's some amazing spells you can steal.
I think his Earth Spirit is meant to be amazing.
It was-
but obviously Earth Spirit not in the game. But,
Yeah. Well, when it gets into the captain's mode, he will definitely want to play that hero, and you will have to respect ban it.
Yeah.
Jerax is, I would say, the best Earth Spirit in the game.
Yeah.
Him and Chimera is another pub player on 7.2k who plays it all the time. They're both really amazing.
Scumbags.
Scumbags, but amazing scumbags. So a lot of respect was given to Jerax in the second phase here by
Yeah.
Virtus.Pro. I like it because in first phase, you can't target down a support. You
Yeah.
can't ban Sand King ES in first phase because you will let through 2 strong heroes. So banning Jarek's heroes in the second phase here, you know, Rubik is available, but is Rubik that amazing? Sure, you can steal the Tide Hunter ulti, and that's cool, but does it work that well with your lineup as well?
Hey man, it's a Ravage. Do you really need it to synergize with the rest of the team? It's an AoE stun.
All right. If he gets that, yeah.
I mean, Arrow's not a bad steal. Ogre Magi and AA spells are quite lackluster.
Yeah, I'm looking more towards like how it's gonna work between them, but I think they can make it work. Thing with the way JRX plays is he roams around a lot when he plays support. He will just kind of walk around and look for stuff to happen on any lane.
Yeah, you get.
And it is gonna be the Rubik pickup, so still.
I do think like
decent
lift
hero.
into Ice Path is reasonable sort of early on.
Yeah, but Jakiro is probably gonna be on the offlane Sky just supporting with Rubik. But already there is fairly okay combo. You have stun, you have slow, you have decent damage with the arcane bolts. And as you said, when they gank for a Jakiro, you have a decent setup, easy damage. The question to me is, are they gonna be able to secure the same free farm on Slark that they always want to get? Because when Matumba Man gets his items, he goes for his Midas, goes into the Blink Dagger and the Skadi. If he gets all these items, he plays phenomenally. So. And I talked to the Finstack earlier about this. He always plays pretty solo, right? So they said it's either feed or win. they don't really know what to expect when he starts roaming around, but it could work.
So it looks to be a G Viper mid, and that's going to give Valix a ton of trouble. Mirana's going to be the self-sufficient safe lane being handled by BZZ, and that's going to allow Ogre and A to kind of roam around. So I think Valix is going to be under a ton of pressure, because you could press the attack and debuff the slows, but there's more slow coming from the Viper. I think you might at least park Rubik there to help him out a little bit.
Yeah, I think so too. These lineups are interesting, to be honest, because I really like the AA in this game. I think it's amazing. It's so good against Legion, it's good against Slark, and I don't think that there are too many heroes that really work effectively against the AA in this game.
The other thing is like anytime you've got something like a duel or like a pounce, you know that there are going to be people in an area, sort of the ice blast.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it is a nice pickup for them.
Yeah, because it's not. Some fights are really hard to predict where it's really gonna go down. But when a Legion is chasing you,
you have that
can
focal
kinda,
point, don't you?
Yeah, you can kind of see where it's gonna end. So Jotham, look for him to land some big AA blasts in this game, and see what these teams want to do with their initial warding here. Seems like Boots Rubik gonna run up to the top lane from 4ASC.
Would you have to agree that this particular Dire lineup, they need to kind of stay ahead to do well? Because I could see, for example, in the mid game, 15 minutes in, let's say G goes 0-3 in lane. Let's say Mirana doesn't have the best farm. The damage really falters off very quickly. You're looking at an Ogre and perhaps an AA landing Ice Blast, and that's really all your damage.
Yeah.
So I think their initial laning stage and the roaming stage for the two supports in particular has to go really well.
I agree that they need to do well in laning stage, but they have the tools to do so as well.
The heroes are amazing for lanes,
Yeah, they have drafted heroes where if you lose the lanes, I mean, Viper is arguably one of the biggest heroes that I think about when someone says win the lane, and if you don't, you lose. That's Viper to me, right? Because it's really his job to secure the mid lane now and see as well. And he should be pretty fine if he's going up against the Legion Commander. He should be winning it pretty hard, I would say. Of course, Legion Commander is fairly tanky with a Stout Shield and 650 HP innately.
There we show G on camera. You could argue that he's been the best mid for a long while.
He's a very experienced player from back in Dota 1 as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people respected him for his solo mid back in those days as well.
How would you, I think decision making is perhaps one of his weakness, but in terms of laning mechanics, how would you rate him? As one of the best?
Laning mechanics, well, I don't know if I would rate him as one of the best currently. There are so many extremely good mid players, right? But his laning mechanics are definitely his forte, his strongest point on the solo mid, but not really as convincing as they used to be.
Right.
But I think when he gets a team that plays nicely around him after the laning stage is over as well, he can really shine. And I miss the days of seeing G play Queen of Pain and heroes like that.
Queen of Pain,
Queen,
TA, Storm.
Yeah.
The snowball kind of.
Snowball and gankers are really what he has played the best throughout the years.
Yeah.
Hardly ever see Queen of Pain anymore.
It's very sad.
Yeah. I mean, I like those heroes when you see a mid who's able to just go around and control and help out in fights and turn lanes in your favor. It's It's
No,
great to see.
Of course, there's Jarax sitting there over on the side of 4ASC. We're going to go into the game as well as it's unpaused. And it seems like both teams kind of want to go aggressive, right? So I would say this is a dodge from VP with their Mirana on the off lane. And from 4ASC, of course, they want to find the enemy going with the aggressive Slark. They haven't seen anyone, though, despite dropping this deep observer top. So they probably know they're just going to be out against the Tidehunter at this stage. Look for Rubik to control the top rune. Maybe he can get the Ogre put on a cliff if he's not careful.
Yeah.
No vision for the Ogre yet, so he doesn't know that Rubik is here. There's a juicy little bounty rune. And look at Jarax
Gonna
just
tease
teasing
him
around.
It's like, hey,
Yeah.
man, there's a rune.
He definitely knows that I can wait a little bit here. Oh, he goes down and reveals himself.
He's got it.
He got the golds. It's fine. Top farmer. Invisible AA, but it's not that scary, really. They really need Yol.
Actually,
as well
with
if they want to
Chilling
kill
Touch.
something.
Yeah, I think either with the chilling touch or...
They see him go behind, though. Like, Jarax already spotted this Ogre, so there's no way they're going to get a kill on Valix. Because there's no surprise factor.
Poor Ogre. Just has a club. Rubik's got his stuff. Look at that.
Yeah, it's unfair. Tough life. So top lane, Matumba Man should be free farming pretty hard. Bottom lane, I think Mirana will farm decently, but Trixie, with the invis here, maybe they can deal some damage to him.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
Yeah,
But,
that definitely
Jakiro is
works.
not too squishy early on.
He has no salve as well, so he's gonna stay low HP for quite a while now. Top now, Seedoy.
This is probably a dead fish, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't actually expect the Tidehunter kill so early into the game, but good rotation here from 4FC. I'm not sure also whether I like the itemization from Trixie. It's a safe lane Jakiro. Boots first is, running away from the ganks. But I think...
Jarax running away from the melee creep like 2 circles.
I think you might want at least like a Ring of Protection for extra armor, or in fact Ring of Regen, right? Because one of the standard transition is the Tranquil Boots from Jakiro.
Ring of Protection start would be pretty decent, and also maybe even having a salve, but I'm not sure
Why
about
do you
the
get
boots.
Tranquils on Jakiro out of interest?
Well, I would say it's just the fact that having...
Because he
Having
he
the
never
other
seems to
boots-
suffer from mana problems.
No, I don't think any other boots does that much for him. I mean, mana boots are not necessary. And Tranquils just make sure that you're always full HP when you want to push a tower. And I think that's the most important part. Of course, if you have a lot of mana issues in your team, you might want to get mana boots on him. Oh, Haste Rune top now for Ogre, so...
I guess the other
maybe
reason is you
find
figure
something.
Rubik and Skywrath are going to get them anyway, so...
True. But nice ward here, by the way, from Finstack.
Ooh,
Gonna
the
see
courier
him.
is coming on the mid lane here, and
Oh,
that's
no.
going to run past the Ogre with
They
the
don't
haste
pay
rune.
attention to it. They
Are
have
they
seen
looking?
him run here.
Are they looking? Ogre's not looking. He sees the courier, and the courier sees him too.
Go ham.
And
Run,
this
courier.
ward, whoa, it's actually going
Okay.
to force a TP. You know what? That's a win. That's a VP win.
Yeah, that's a VP win, but good decision to TP as well, because
Yeah.
else that was a dead little
Top lane,
courier.
Sedoy gets lifted, toss it back, concussive shot, a dive. Sedoy, where's the Kraken proc? There is no Kraken proc. He gets blocked a little bit, and he's going to go into the trees. A last Arcane Bolt. It's going to take him south, though.
Oh, 20 odd health I think he was down to.
Yeah, seems like it. Very nice
Never
survive
give
there.
them turn away. Turn
Look at
away
how
when
low
it's
HP
done.
they went from just
God
harassing
damn.
there as
Bottom
well.
lane,
Bottom.
Yo, making the dive here. Trixie in the trees. Ice Path's going to get used. Pyrian Flak, very happy with that, but he's still
Trixie in
dead.
trouble.
He's still dead.
Yeah, I mean, Ice Path ain't going to save you from 3 dudes. That's
Okay.
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And
It's a
I'm saying
great
it's got
spell,
its
though.
time. Yeah, I'm glad Trixie levels it.
Trixie's the one of the few Jakiros that actually do level it early on.
I was able to ask Aki why he didn't, and he was saying, well, I mean, he had a very good answer, obviously. But he was like, yeah, maybe I should next time. So there you go.
That's great answer.
So there you go.
Great answer.
Next time, and Aki levels Ice Path and he
Well,
loses, he'll be like,
Aki is
thank
Swedish,
you, Pyrian.
and we don't like to offend anyone, so I think it's...
He was just being
It's
polite.
more like the, yeah, maybe I should. Oh, Jesus, what a dumb idea.
Almost
lane.
certainly.
G getting wrecked on, and it goes back to what I pronounced earlier. This VP lineup needs to do well in the laning stage, and so
Yeah.
far, 4FC is holding their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really are doing well with these rotations, but VP also getting these 3 kills.
Because even though the scoreboard says 2-3, Sedoy has been sent back to base twice.
Yeah.
Like that last kill, even though they didn't kill Sedoy, I would argue that it's almost as good as a kill.
Yeah.
Because he used a Salve, he used a Tango, and he walked all the way back and a Teleport Scroll.
Yeah.
He's not farming, he's wasting a lot of gold.
I think the bigger part is the fact that, oh, wait, Jarax could be caught out here. Mirana is there if they get the stun. Oh, the vision, though. The stun actually misses from the arrows, so Jarax should be fine here. Legion Commander running next to him and could
Yeah.
heal him if needed.
Legion commanders hate to do that. They hate to give you the heal. They're always like, do you really need this?
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
It's like your 5-second arrow, but do I really need to heal you? Stoy on top lane, getting initiated upon.
I bet
Taking a lot of
they've got to
damage.
do this now. Yeah.
It's really the Essence shift is helping Slark so much with dealing damage through this this Tidehunter. Because Tidehunter with his 2 levels in Kraken Shell takes a lot less damage. Mid lane,
Yeah.
some aggression again here from Yol. Wants to kill Valix, but are they
Who
going to get
actually
him?
tosses Yo back in. Here comes a heal, and Valix will just walk out of there. The Tower shooting away at G. Not going to get the kill there, but you can see that Jirax being at the right place at the right time.
The thing this game is that, sure, it's pretty even, like 3-3 for kills, but mid lane, Viper is 29 last hits against 12 and 1. So 29-10, really strong performance so far by G, showing what we talked about with the laning mechanics, Yo.
It's really hard to win mid against Viper anyway,
yeah.
especially as a melee hero. I mean,
It's difficult.
do you think Legion is one of the least diveable heroes in the game? Like, hard to dive?
Could possibly be, but it depends what heroes you have as well. Nice kill here by BZZ on bottom lane there, bringing him down. Really aggressive as well with the leap in, so I think this is because they know that Jirax has been playing so much around the mid lane that he can't possibly be there already and waiting. Maybe TP reactions, but it's still not going to be fast enough. But yeah, I mean, Legion is extremely tanky, and the Prestige attack is very good for just running away. So Ignite or anything like that is going to be removed. I think even... can you actually remove the Viper Strike? I think you can't, right?
I don't think so.
I think you can't, because you can't Dark Pact it. So
That is true.
it probably stays.
We are in a small lull in the game, and Trixie rotates up top here.
Level 3 on Liquid Fire.
Yep.
Dealing quite a bit of damage to his tower, and Zidoy has to be careful now after dying twice already and just having such a tough
level
time on
is
top
he?
lane. He is level 5,
yeah.
so getting fair amount of experience. I mean, Jakiro is also 5, but it's more that he doesn't want to die again because he really needs to get his items and his gold up.
I'm not sure whether the rotation from Trixie to top lane is actually worth it, because you're spending a ton of time with 2 cores on top, taking probably the least important tower for VP. Like this tier 1 top, like it doesn't do anything for Roshan. It's not a really important part of the map that you're denying to 4FC. But
And you've already ruined Tide's day anyway, right?
Right.
I would disagree. This is a very nice tower to just get rid of, and then you can switch down and take the easier tower on bottom. Because right now, no one really wants to defend. They are going to rotate
they are
heroes at
rotating,
the end
yeah.
here.
Could have got the Liquid Fire on it there one more time.
They might get greedy now since the tower is so very low. Just want like one more push, and then the rotation is going to be there, because they haven't seen them yet. But I think that Boogie is reporting that he's missing some people on bottom, and Slark does have the night vision, so he's going to see people first.
Slark making a TP on the bottom lane here. If he gets a pounce off onto Mirana, in fact, well, easy jump away. But Jirax is here. Leap TP straight out from BZZ, not going to be enough. Good rotations from the cores.
The lift from Rubik is so strong. Like, it's easy to just think about his spell steal, but the lift sets up so much.
Yeah, made me a little bit sad there though. The Mirana, he could have just used the Invis immediately, right? When he leapt away, used the Invis, just be safe, because there was no detection on any of the supports on Finstack. And he has skilled the level 6 ultimate, so disappointing a little bit.
I didn't think
he thought he was safe.
Yeah, you know, Jirax coming from back.
Yeah.
The backstab was real.
Yeah, and again, as we have seen before, big stack here on Finstack from their mid big camp. So we're going to try and farm that later on with Valix, probably to get his blink up earlier, or take it with Jakiro like we saw last time to get that Yule Scepter going.
Top tower gets denied though, so all those liquid fire rotation from Jirax, or sorry, Trixie not really paying off. I like the fact that they're giving Jotum the lane now and moving Tidehunter into the jungle. Really need an Ice Blast at this stage of the game to start picking up some more people.
Yeah, that's true. AA needs to get some time on lane. It always turns out that way. I mean, first you can do whatever you want with AA for a while, but sooner or later you want to free up one lane and just camp the AA on that lane. Give him some experience. Because it's not even just about level 1 ulti.
Rubik.
Jirax sees the courier, but he knows he can't kill this, not as a Rubik. It takes like 4 hits, so no way to get it. Mid, the smoke is real now from Boogie and Valix. They do have the Skyra.
Jirax is really close to enemy tower. He's going to eat an Ignite and a Fire Blast. He's dead, right? Viper
He's
Strike.
out of position this time.
That was bad. I think he was coming around the side there to try and help out with the smoke gank, but
Nice by Yol to sit there for such a long time as well, because he was around mid lane for a long while there, and Jirax never really saw him. He was playing around in the Fog of War, just trying to be sneaky, but this time did not work, and VP Their Viper is still... I mean, he died once, but he's still doing really great here on the mid lane.
The thing about Viper getting really farmed is you don't get a ultra impactful item. Like Mech is good. Allows you to kind of siege up some tier 1 towers. But it's not like a quick relic on Spectre. There's nothing awesome to fear. It's more like it's a, oh my god, he's got Viper.
You can get an Ags.
Well,
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. It's more the fact that you can't really ignore him, right?
Yeah, it's
Because
like, man, he's got Mech now. I can't kill him anymore.
Yeah, he gets that strong that you can't kill him really, and you can't ignore him either because he's gonna kill Skywrath or Rubik really easily if they ever get in his range. So it's more about having safety, and that's why he can siege towers so well, because he is the point of safety. You play around the Viper.
I guess, you know, when I see G on the mid lane, like he's playing TA and he gets a blink, I'm afraid. Or I see a Storm and he has double Oblivion Staff. It's like, oh crap, the Doom is coming. It's like, G's playing Viper and he has a mech. It's like, okay, well, he's got a mech.
I understand your point completely. Bottom lane, you're always going to be initiated upon with a
Ice Blast, though, not going to hit on anything. Oh, Trixie's actually going to get the kill.
Macropire doing work. One big anchor tap to the back of the skull from the Fishman, and yeah, it's a shame to see the dragon die. But
there's still a support for an offlaner for VP, so VP are going to be happy with that one. They did rotate a lot of heroes down bottom, though, and Valix is still just farming up. And Slark, this is the danger that I was talking about during the draft, that if the Slark gets a good game, which he pretty much has, he has not like perfect farm or anything like that, but he hasn't died a single time.
Yeah.
And he's been in 4 kills, 53 CS is pretty low, but it's fine. He could get really dangerous.
I mean, he's the scariest hero in this game, right? I mean,
he is.
So I think as long as he's not dying, he's figuring he's ahead.
He's going for BZZ
Big Ice
here.
Puff, come in.
He finds him.
There's no teleport.
Invis. He can use the Invis. No detection on Jakiro. He just needs to not attack, but the AoE damage is real as well.
Not the pounce into the invisible.
That's another thing that Macropie is good for. If you know someone's stuck in the trees, just leave them in there with a bunch of fire.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Tries to get the liquid fire onto a tower here, but Yol goes aggressive instead and just punches onto Trixie. Might be overcommitting here, though.
Yeah.
Matumba, gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Blink back.
That blink is on Slark is almost as annoying as Shadow Blade on Slark, I think. Maybe more annoying.
It's more annoying, I would say, because it's the precision at which he can come at you with the pounce. Because you always get the direction correct when you blink in after someone.
Early on, it's also about the mana cost.
That's true.
Viper Strike on the mid lane.
He's not going to live to use it, I
really
don't think.
low. No, he has to drop to 60. No, he's fine.
He might live her. He's gonna be good.
Oh, by 30 hit points.
Yeah. He could live like 2 or at least 1 more tick, 2 more ticks maybe. So they have 1 blink dagger up, and they're also just 200 gold away now on Valix from completing their second blink dagger. So
they've got the mech, they've got an urn.
Oh, they'll see Slark. Slark immediately blinks away. Quick reaction. That
nice
land ping.
reactions.
Smoke gang
That
denied.
ping.
Well, running into a Slark is like really sad. It's not the hero that you want to run into.
Yeah.
Unless you have something like a Doombringer or something that can really just shut him down. Because he sees you first in most cases, and if he sees you at all, it's just gonna blink or Dark Pact or ulti or pounce, like anything really, and he's gonna be safe.
I like the way that Virtus.Pro is playing this. They got the Ravage, so they're going to push. They got the mech as well on G, so their team fight is insurmountable right now. And they're doing a very good job protecting these T1s. And let's see how long they can keep the T1, because when you are playing against a Slark and you lose all your outer towers, it's really hard for your support to play. Like, you just can't even walk away from towers. Back in mid lane, looks like we see Ice Blast as well as a TP in.
Blink up on Legion now as well.
Yeah.
So that's that is
double blink.
Scary stuff.
And look for Boogie to try and team up with the Skywrath or the Legion Commander. Maybe they're gonna get the blink here on BZZ top. They're trying to get it, but no. It's gonna back off in time. They also saw Jerax there. Just walked a little bit too close to the creeps and revealed himself. As the pings come out immediately from VP.
You know, 4FC is actually struggling a bit. Without really getting a ton of kills now, they will struggle to push towers.
Yeah.
So they're kind of shut off in their own side of the jungle. And Slark is a scary hero, but he's much scarier when he's getting a ton of kills and exerting map pressure that way.
Do you think they should have gone for the Midas in this game? Or do you like the Blink Dagger build?
I'm personally a big fan of Blink Dagger. I think if you want to get Midas Slark, probably another core is better.
I think that Midas would have been good this game, though. Because if you just went Midas, you still have the danger of a Legion Commander and Skywrath ganking around. Legion, by the way, gets spotted here.
She's going to walk right into a wall. That was
It's going to be fine, I think. It's way scared. And mid lane, big siege here again with 5 heroes just walking together. Even Jodam being pretty close here, so he really wants to get that Urn charge and be there for a chilling touch damage. Sometimes you can see the AA just pushing out the lanes, but I think this is respect to Slark and Legion. He doesn't want to feed.
Starstorm?
Yeah.
Not the best one.
No, I think they're gonna maybe try and push him out and get the deny, but yeah, they managed to get it with the Legion Commander.
Trixie
They'll lose
gets some slow on
Trixie,
him,
I think.
He's really fast actually. Didn't get slowed that much.
They'll see Jirax on the top lane here. Leaf 4 from BZZ. Arrows already being used, and they kind of have to back off here.
It's funny to see that Skywrath is the one to push out top lane during all this time. He has been standing here for a long time, so getting his level 8 pretty early. And, you know, just any hero works, I guess. Someone just has to be split pushing. He has 2 levels on top of the enemy supports now.
Yeah, rotating for him. He definitely needs to be careful here.
Yeah. Well, he has some vision, so maybe he feels safe to farm the next wave here as well. But should be careful. Whenever there's a Mirana as well, sure, he's bottom now, but the leap into arrow is really quick disable.
Or just like the Moonlight initiation.
Yeah, that too.
So that was a pretty big win for AFC. Being able to defend the tower with 2 or 3 heroes. Got the deny. Gave Skywrath a bit of room to farm. Small victories here and there.
Yeah.
True. The small things. The deny is really important, as you say. Because when you commit that many heroes to not farming and just
you have
tower,
to get that hit.
you want that gold.
Yeah.
You really do. Mid
they're
lane.
probably
a lot
gonna
of
get
siege
this
here
one.
by Twixie, all on his own. But
Yeah, he needs to be careful.
are they gonna go with the leap and go aggressive?
Yeah, they get pressed. Actually, though, the multicast and the arrow, actually, they're not even going to commit the arrow. Trixie now will buy time.
Oh,
There's some,
unlucky.
some Trixie level space though. So bottom lane, Matumba Man actually kills the tower. And the attempted kill on top lane by Viper walking around Skywrath, but
He's
Boogie
got
knows.
port. Yeah, it's fine.
Boogie knows and he's gonna be just fine. So that's not even a loss, I would say. Like
I say
Trixie dying there.
that's a good trade.
Yeah. He also got some decent damage on mid tower before he died, so it's a good trade for ASC.
Oh, mid lane here, blink straight in against Jodam, and a single duel. Mano y mano.
Oh, man.
Just kills him. When you get that press the attack before you blink in, and if you have double damage, of course, you kill off heroes really quickly.
Yeah, especially someone like AA is going to suffer continually in this game from the terrible nightmare of a Legion Commander with Blink.
Yeah, it is horrible to play support against anything like that. That's why
Especially
I
Iceman.
don't play support that much.
I don't think that's the only reason.
There are some other reasons.
No, players like you, like talented players, you guys want to go mid. You want to affect the game in a more direct, visible way, I think.
I don't know. I think there are plenty of good support players who can do the same impact from support role.
I agree.
but-
I'm just saying that's not your style. Way.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. So mid tower is really tempting here on mid lane, and VP don't even deny it. They just keep it, saying
Oh, they
like,
got
hey,
glyph?
you guys want to go here?
Yeah, they got glyph.
Yeah, exactly. So it's more like a bait. Come here, push our lane, we're gonna kill you. Because VP want to clash. They want the 5-on-5 right now.
They got the Blink Ravage, so for sure, let's give it a go.
No, even they are gonna go for a tier 2 on mid, pressuring really hard. But I think this time that it gives towards 4ASE whenever you group up like this is really good for 4ASE. Because they're
Yeah.
just farming so much.
Matumba Man looking towards to finishing his Scotty. Pretty far off though. But Virtus.Pro, they don't push very quickly, and I think that's a big weakness of their lineup. Imagine if one of the support is like a Chihiro. This tier 2 is like gone.
Yeah, that's true.
Arrow's gonna hit on Yo, but Jirax can't really initiate on this. Again, fighting into a Ravage and a Mech from a Viper is really, really tough.
Yeah, but I think they have the tools to do it just because they have so much pressure on bottom lane as well. They don't really need to go, they just need to stall them. And now even Legion is here, so she can just throw out her nuke. And
I think
it's gonna
Virtus.Pro
hold
has to
it
back
really
off
well.
now.
Yeah, I think so too.
Forestry are doing a really good job of just wasting
Jerax
their
might
time.
get caught out this time though.
Ice Path might just save him. What was stolen?
No lead.
Starstorm.
Just that.
He wanted the
He
lead.
was praying for the lead.
Good dream.
But they're losing on the push. Matumba Man is pushing faster because his team is doing such a good job kind of delaying holding. They lost a Rubik, sure. But I think they're winning the overall pace of the game.
Yeah, they're TPing back now with Tidehunter. Is he gonna go on Matumba Man here, trying to fight up against him? He ravages.
But he's gaining health in Shadow Dance.
Yeah.
I mean, Ravage is down. That frees up the team to do a lot. He's going to TP straight out, and that's it.
Oh man, Ravage gone, Matumba Man alive.
Yeah.
Creating a lot of space, and as you say, the tons of damage he dealt to bottom tier 2, much more damage than the 590 damage they dealt to mid tower there. So Good trade.
I think losing the Ravage was a big loss for VP because if they held that Ravage, they could say, you know what, we're going to go into the Roche Pit. If you don't want to fight us, we'll push out the lanes, go into the Roche Pit, and get a free objective.
He might have had a window opportunity to Ravage immediately an Anchor Smash when he blinked after him there, but he waited so long, so the regen, as you mentioned, really helped the Jakiro. Nice Yule Scepter onto Mirana.
Dead.
Yeah, definitely dead.
It's interesting. They just bought themselves. They just said, right, 20 minutes, we'll get what we need, and then we're off. We just delay them. I mean, Jakiro's so good at that. Really is. Just delaying the push. Macropire kills the wave.
Mid lane jumps in from Matumba Man, but he's got to be very careful.
Oh.
Shadow Dance will save him now, and the support trains are coming in. Sadoy gets lifted.
So
They're going to focus on Jottam. Jottam taking a ton of damage. Tier 1 tower will go down. No glyph was used because in the middle of all the chaos. Yo trying to juke in the trees.
Nice.
And a sniper Trixie ult. Oh, the Finnish sniper.
The Finnish sniper, man. Legendary.
Yeah.
So 3 for nothing there after killing the Mirana already and using their Jewel and the Skywrath ulti on her. So
And this
really
is why
using
I
low
don't
effort.
think you should use a Ravage. Like, even if you got the kill on Matumba Man earlier with the Ravage, you just lose so much. You lose map pressure if you don't have that big ultimate.
I'm not sure. Well, you have to be certain that you're gonna get the kill. It can never be allowed to happen that you use your Ravage and don't kill off the enemy core.
Right.
But killing their one position at, you know, sub 20 minutes for a Ravage, I think can be decent. But, you know, if you fail, and then you get punished really hard, which is exactly what happened by Finstack.
Viper could be in trouble here.
Viper
Oh,
strike from
stolen
Jerax.
Viper strike.
Jerax is hurting himself a lot, though. And here comes Matumba Man. There is no Ravage for 22 more seconds. The mech's going to come off. Trixie straight up TP out, and so will Jerax. Trixie gets blown up. Jerax makes it home.
Yeah, too bad the arrow was off the mark there from BZZ, else maybe they could have gotten him.
Slark's out of
Matumba
mana.
Walks into the Invis. He has no mana at all, as you say, 19 only, and he could be in trouble here. Should be going down.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, no way to get out.
Nice
time.
pick.
I've got to say, I think going to farm the small camp there with your last drop of mana was a bit of a mistake.
He
Either
did have a
success
ward,
or
so...
feat, you know?
He did have a ward, so he thought, you know,
But
I'm good.
you know they were just there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's a little bit suspicious, all of them disappearing when they have Mirana ulti, of course. And I think they might even have seen the Mirana Invis there a little bit during the ward. But mid lane now, aggression coming out here again from Jerax. Just going on to Yol. No real mana on Boogie here, so they can't do anything more with it. But it's as Finstack said it themselves. It's either feat or success from the start. I think he has played really good, though, overall. That was one time he was out of line. So with the Tidehunter ulti ready, they want to push top tower, but
the
Tide
Tide's
just
not
has
there.
to defend the bottom.
Yeah.
This is not the best for VP, really.
I think 4FC has moved much better than VP this game.
Well, I think VP are on a clock, right? So they're thinking we've got to make stuff happen. 4ASC know that. So all they're
Most
doing is
definitely.
just playing around them. It's like, okay, well, we'll just delay them. We'll hold them up. We'll waste their time. Small victories. And then we'll work towards getting the Slark online and just killing them all.
Yeah,
and-
and it's gonna happen top now. Look at Finstack, they want to go in.
Yep, here comes the Yules, the Ice Path, easy setup. I'm going to have a stolen Viper strike. Look at the initiation. Valix jumps in as well, gets off a duel against the BZZ, so he's dead without casting a single spell. Trixie traces life, but look at the jump coming here. G is also going to be dead. 3-man team wipe, and I got to ask you, how many Ravages have we seen? Just the one on the
One, yeah.
Slark? And I
think it
think
was
when you
one.
pick a tie like this, you expect your tie to really lead your team to victory.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can play an entire game without really having to use that many Ravages when you play Tides. If the enemy can never fight you, you just have that as a weapon, right?
Right.
It's just a loaded weapon, but you don't need to use it kind of thing.
But this is not the case. This game...
Not the case.
Yeah.
Maybe the Ravage earlier, the solo Ravage on Matumba Man is sort of giving him a bit of a sort of
The warning
trigger
shots?
finger issue. He's sort of thinking, well, I don't want to pull the trigger. Are we sure?
Oh, he's gun shy now.
Yeah, gun
maybe.
shy. That's the word.
Maybe. Mid lane now, a lot of people going together, and Matumba Man also just stealing tons of agility. It can be really nice to steal 18 agility
Now we
before
can
the
use
fight.
it. Now we can use it.
He's gonna have to,
Yeah,
but
he's
where's the
gonna-
backup? The arrow's gonna come in and press the
That ice
attack
path,
and the
though.
jump and the force staff. He's out of there.
That ice path, man.
Yeah, Trixie has been playing on point this game. Really good play on the Jakiro.
The blind Macropire kill was my favorite.
Yeah, that was really cool. It was, as you mentioned, I mean, a lot of trees right there. Let's just
Stick
cut
it in the
them down.
trees.
Yeah.
Napalm style.
Oh, Mirana Invis once again here, trying to get something done. By the way, look at the line of Observer Wards from Radiant. It's just cutting off to get some early vision there, right? Valix, though, does he know about this movement? Yeah, I think he does. Very safe play here around the tier 2.
Yeah, there's something to be said about having Slark on your team. Look at the awkward position of VP's wards. If you put them in where Slark normally goes, they're gonna get dewarded, like within 30 seconds of you putting it down. Slark very good at detecting wards, thanks to his ultimate.
He is, and if they take down the tier 2 towers, I'm pretty sure that Finstack want to add up a gem. Trixie tanks the arrow here on
Tower
mid lane.
gets denied again.
God.
Trixie might be a little bit trouble, got a self. Yules didn't use it, straight up dies.
Yeah.
And this is a good time to actually go into Roshan. They need something big to get themselves back in the game.
Meanwhile,
They
top.
really should.
Who's this rotating?
Viper is going
and
top,
more.
but this tower is going
He's
down.
going to try and get it. The catapult might do them a favor here.
Oh, G. Okay.
You got it.
He got the tower, so it was denied, but it's still map opening up slowly for Finstack. And I think Trixie dying there on mid lane was well deserved. If you catch an arrow coming straight out of nowhere, or straight in clear view like that,
Yeah.
you should just pay with your life.
You deserve death.
Yeah, so smoke here from 2 heroes, Mirana and Ogre, trying to go for another kill. They know that Trixie is about to respawn. They need to get another kill before Roshan.
this is a good one.
Perfect.
He's got 4 staff.
Even the multicast.
The arrow will hit.
The stars aligned.
Oh, I like the straight up TP out from the Ogre. He's like, I done my job, so I'm gone. And then
You're on your own, bro.
I think I left the oven on.
yeah, the quick reaction from BZZ makes it out himself.
Do you think he should have dueled the Ogre?
Sure. It's free damage, right?
He could have. Well, he probably would not have killed the
Yeah.
Ogre, to be honest,
He
but
needs
he could
that
have
help.
cancelled the TP because he saw that Mirana was getting away and still had the time to cast ulti. I think maybe he just wanted to hold him, but at least Ogre got away safe. The entire of VP now walking around the Roche pit. They know they want to do this. They also walked a little bit in vision there from 2 different wards. So Finstack should know about it, but can they do much about it?
Yeah, this is more like, you know what, our whole team's here. No lanes are pushed. We could finally do this. They even have the medallion courage. It'll take a while. That's going to allow
I think VP
4FC
are
to set
stronger
up.
here.
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, not if Ogre gets caught. Arrow's gonna hit a Matumba, man. Here comes the blink, but he blinks straight into the ice path. Ravage will hit on everybody. Ravage is stolen. Jurax moving right in, and it's gonna get a 4-man
crazy.
Ravage on everybody. Valix on
Actually,
the
a
back line,
5-man.
and just goes to work. Sadoy dodges it with a 4-staff, but he's straight up dead. So we said about VP being stronger, but not when you get initiated on like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's... You pick a Tide, and Tide has done more work now for Finstack than it has for
Yeah,
themselves.
4SC has a better tide.
Yeah, that's actually true. It's sad, but I think he got every single hero with that Ravage without even having a blink. So Rubik just casually walking into the fray, and now they're gonna get a Roshan as well.
I think if you pick Rubik and you do that once in the game, in the whole game, you've done your entire job.
You justified the pick already just by that. And he has done much more than that as well with all these rotations.
Absolutely.
He's been 13 assists.
That's crazy.
Is what he's sitting at. So he has been in 15 of their 18 kills.
So 3 kills, 2 objectives, maybe 3 objectives. That is a convincing
4 kills
moment in the game for. Oh yeah, 4 kills.
Yep.
That is what you want right there. I don't think they're going to get this tower though. But,
really
I
good.
really think they've played this really well for us. They've moved, they've dodged when they had to. They haven't really been caught out.
I think you
other than the
shouldn't-
occasional kill, they've done really well.
You shouldn't give Slark to 4ASC, I think, because most teams, they said it earlier when I talked about them, about the hero with them, that most teams don't know what to do against Slark. But they say that they know what to do against it themselves. They got a goal here on bottom lane. Look at him. The confidence, just diving in onto Jotum. And there's nothing you can do about that.
No, this is when it starts to look grim for VP, when the Slark can just dive at your tier 3s and just eat AA for breakfast.
He buys a whole 30 seconds there for his entire team, because when AA is down, there's not going to be any initiative from VP. And they even have the Aegis, so it's very low risk.
That was a big spike there, that fight. It was like nearly a 5k.
lane.
Mids.
I mean,
here
this
it goes
is the
again.
Matumba Man show at this point.
Needs
Like,
a bash it out. Oh, the lift and the
even the
duel as well.
damage.
That was perfect timing.
Meanwhile, Trixie also finds someone here, Tides, being chased down, and they can kill him as well.
Oh, this is just cold.
I mean,
Cold.
this is a good time to actually look at dire vision, or the lack of vision. Like, they have some very deep wards on the Radiant jungle that they placed a while back, but they just don't see anything.
It's like a horror game for VP right now.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know where the enemy is, and it's the huge piranha we talked about, just running around.
There is no huge piranha.
He is a huge piranha.
No, the point is there's lots of little piranhas.
No,
it's death
he
by
is-
1,000 bites.
He's one massive piranha. He bites pretty hard, man.
I wouldn't be scared. They have little mouths.
Okay. Well, Jotun wasn't scared either on the bottom lane there, just saying. All right. This is looking really grim because even Valix has the Blade Mail, BKB, Maelstrom, and of course his Blink Dagger. So even Legion Commander is looking great in this game. And I just don't know what the comeback mechanic is going to be. We talked about it, Lumi.
You have a Viper.
What do you do if you don't win the early game? Look at Matumba, man. He's just diving in. He's like, where's Jotun?
Got Jotun. Found him. Valak's gonna eat a Viper Strike, and he's very slow. The Blink Ravage gotta be good here. Waiting for the BKB to run out for Valix. Arrow, there you go, but where's the anchor? And it actually gets Jurek, so no stealing for this one. But unfortunately, they still don't have an answer for Matumba Man, who's coming back for a second time. He's still got the first Ravage, though.
Oh,
so
wow.
There you go. Sadoi doing some work, and looks like BZZ's gonna go down as a result. Matumba Man still very healthy. He's running away for now, but don't be shy if he kind of turns back and start jumping on your team.
Could be getting tricksy here, but look at, the regen on Slark. He's almost full HP again after running away.
Yeah.
But that was an amazing fight from VP. Sure, they lost 3 heroes, but they killed Aegis, killed 3 heroes as well after that, and going on to Slark as well here. It's gonna be fine. But Jerax just stealing that reliable little Viper Strike. And actually leapt away before the spell was delivered. I think Sidoi is just dead here, right?
He's got Kraken, I guess. Nope. All right, never mind.
I don't think it protects you against the Slark when you have been fighting that much, because he gets a lot of essence shift after a while.
What has Slark got now?
He has a relic, so
okay.
he's going to go into Super Basher and starts by going the damage first. Doesn't really need Bash, is what he's saying. Because every single kill he's gone for now.
I think it's more like I'm at the shop. Just pick up this thing.
You're already down at the mall, just pick up the...
I just think that he knows he's got like Jewel and Ice Path and Skywrath to help him, so he knows and he's got, he's doing so much in the pounce that he can just do it. I mean, if he goes on the Mirana, she's just going to try and
is he going to see Jotun here? He does actually see him.
This is a dead Ice Cube no matter what. Look at that.
So good on Slark.
I mean, I think the best part of playing, like when you're ahead this far and you want to play on the other side of the map, is having a free spell to say, hey guys, there is no ward here. They don't see me.
Yeah, that is one of the sort of bonuses of Slark is that he's, I mean, oh, there's a ward here, guys, come and de-ward this. It's like, it is so easy.
It is actually really massive because that allows him to play so aggressive and knowing that the enemy cannot predict his jumps.
Right. If you try to do that, let's say with Very Farm LC, sure you could get the kills, but if they see you coming...
Sometimes you get also surprised by the enemy just walking in with a Moonlight Shadow on you because you have been seen by a ward. But Slark, as soon as he knows that his movement speed is gone, he's like, okay, I'll just be a little bit more careful.
He has got the Bastion.
Yeah, top. Pretty aggressive play from Jerax here. He doesn't have his team with him already, but they're just going to TP out. VP don't want any of this. Oh no, BZZ walks in and he goes into the sentry ward. Jerax knows about this now.
Did he get Moonlight Shadow Seal?
He did.
Oh my god.
Oh god, this is not a good time to beat BCC. He's gonna leap out, but is he gonna get Ice Path?
Just short
misses.
by like 50 units.
Yeah, that was really close from Trixie. Really, really close. So, I mean, Ravage is up and so on, but VP, I don't think they can win a fight unless they really take it under their own tower, and Yol gonna get caught out here again. They can't afford this.
I don't think you could move out of your tier 3 towers.
You have to accept that you're just not gonna farm, but then again...
Ice Blast stolen. Alright, not gonna hit on anybody.
But it looks nice.
Yeah, Jotum's dead.
Skywrath ulti gonna say hi to this poor AA. And nice pounce away from the Viper ulti here. Of course, with Blink and Pounce available, Slark, so hard to shut down, really.
I really
nice
like
arrow on
Boreas'
Trixie on top
lineup
lane,
here.
but they can't really go out here with 2 heroes dead. They have to be careful.
It's the bait getting arrowed.
Trixie's so smart.
I think there's enough wards on that hill now. Just gonna call it. Yeah, there you go.
Too many wards here.
Yeah.
I think Jerax right now is just having fun because I'm looking at his Rubik, and one of the gems that he has is the ultimate stolen gem. Currently sitting at 197.
It doesn't actually increase though.
Right,
yeah.
but the thing is, whenever you see a Viper, you're like, yep, I'm updating that gem.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to keep stealing that Viper Strike.
That's true, that's true. Because I reacted on it earlier as well. Valix, of course, having the Arcana for Legion, it counts the duels that he has won.
Right.
But it was actually lower than the duels he had won yesterday. I'm like, oh yeah, true. It doesn't matter if you win in a lobby. No one cares about that.
Yeah,
It's the
they
same as
what are they
Dota.
worth?
Dota doesn't count the amount of lobby games you have played. So as a
Oh
pro
yeah, that
player,
sucks.
it's not going to show how much time you have actually. Well, I guess the Steam shows
Yeah.
but it doesn't actually show how many games you have played.
Oh, here we
Because
go.
I guess you could, make a bot game and
I guess
It
get
would be
all the
too
duels you want,
I think it's the last throw of the dice here.
Yeah, this is really, a last-ditch attempt with the smoke gang. But look at the lanes; they're already pinging it out. No one is farming top. No one is farming bottom. Finstack, all of them just heading back. So VP not gonna catch anyone by luck here. The discipline is real. Even Sentry Ward dropped by Jarex here on
Yeah.
the high ground, and he's baiting him. He's like, "Come at me. I will see you first."
That was
Moonlight Shadow from the enemy team. Oh no, never mind.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought Rubik still had it.
that was something Hani said yesterday. He said when you play in pubs, he said one of the biggest tips I can give you is when they're all missing, just stand as 5. Just get together, group up, and just hide. He said loads of people just assume they're off doing busy things and farming or whatever. But he said just group up. If you're ahead, just wait. If they move around and waste time, then you're doing well. I never do that. I was like, let's get farm. There's creeps to be eaten.
Yeah. Well, it's just those few times when you know. But that's the most important thing, like actually realizing that, okay, both the side lanes are hitting the enemy tier
Right.
3 and no one is farming it.
Something's up.
That's when something is up.
Yeah.
But you can't always be like, oh, I don't see anyone.
Exactly.
I must be careful, because sometimes the enemy is simply just unable to leave base,
Or
right?
just farm in the jungle, yeah.
I do want to say though, like, I think 2-3 years ago, when you're this far behind, as Arrow does hit him on Tumba, man, can they initiate on this? They're gonna try. Jirax says, nah, go back. I'll see your Arrow.
The
though.
president's bodyguard.
Well, Sadoy is
He's
gonna
a very
make him
dead
pay.
Rubik right now. Matumba Man is like, thanks, bro. I'll just run away.
And then probably wait for Jirax to come back before they do anything big.
A little bit too aggressive there by Rubik, because all of the team from VP were just on mid lane right before. But in the end, I think Stark would have been fine even without Jarex going in. But losing one doesn't even get anything. Oh, actually, Jodam gonna go down again. Jodam just wants to ward, man. He wants some vision, but it's Matumba Man denying it over and over.
Yeah.
Even has a BKB on his own now. 10-second BKB on Stark.
Scatty Abyssal BKB Blink. This
Yeah.
is a scary fish.
It is actually. I mean,
Is he a big piranha now?
No.
Okay.
I still don't like the piranha. There must
but
be
when he
another
clicks the BKB,
No.
he grows.
Piranhas are swarms, or schools or whatever.
What if Jirax steals
Perfect.
Bloodlust and then casts it on the Slark and he gets bigger?
Yeah, and then BKB.
Is he meant to be a piranha? Is that what he's meant to be? He looks more like
I
one of
think
those deep
there's
sea things.
There's a cosmetic that puts
No.
like a shark head on
Yeah.
Slark.
He's definitely deep sea because
Yeah, yeah.
Dark Reef,
Yeah,
that's,
exactly.
Yeah.
But he looks like one of those deep sea fish with massive teeth. I don't know what they're called.
Nope.
Piranhas?
No, they're not piranhas. Piranhas are river fish. They live in the tropics.
What if
Seriously.
you capture a Slark and put him in a cage?
No.
Yeah, Peering Flax does not like that.
Fish don't like cages, Lumi. They need tanks. They need water. Water would run out of the bars of the cage. You're talking rubbish.
As always.
As always.
Lumi getting caught on his rubbish.
All right, here's a rubbish statement.
Okay.
Remember that smoking that didn't work for Virtus.Pro?
Let's go again.
Well, they're gonna.
This one, they got Blink Ravage here. But round the back, Matumba Man.
They know though. Like,
Yeah.
I think they
You just
saw
wait.
him smoke with their ward.
I think they're gonna body
They just
reveal.
barely saw it.
okay. Matumba Man now knows there's vision. He's gonna just leap out.
Something's up.
Well, they're gonna try to go in. This is some YOLO-esque.
VP is like, what do we do here?
Yeah.
Like,
Where the hell are they?
we don't want a Roche. We wanted to find you in
Yeah.
Roche.
Oh, Valix. We'll see, yo. Everybody ping the hell out of everybody else.
Yeah, the pings are going down. I think the team that pings the most might
Wins
win
the
this.
most.
Yeah.
The team that pings together stays together.
Boogie casually walking into a Roche pit, just being like, hey, I
D-ward
want a
time?
D-ward. Yeah. Well, it's pretty scary to start D-warding there, because I think he knows he's going to die if he starts hitting the ward.
Ward Fest on top of that mountain.
Yeah, but they also saw the ward going down. So VP is like, oh, a sentry ward has spawned next to our wards.
And then Moonlight Shadow out of there. Or for the Regoose.
Yeah, but...
So look at the vision that the Dire team
Yeah, I mean,
lacks.
the deity lacks, exactly, because they're standing under the wards of Finstack. Finstack, once again, they saw this invis. Just gonna back off and be
Yeah.
perfectly fine. And now Stark has moved himself up to top lane, just farming and pushing out. So there's a timer now on VP, but they're gonna say, okay, during this timer, we're gonna try.
Well, they actually beta TP, not
They're
beta
killing
TP.
it fairly fast. to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
honest.
Matumba Man's racing in, but I actually think VP could
They will
get
kill
this.
this. Yeah,
But the thing is, does Aegis change the fight?
I don't think so.
Here it goes. It's going to break out right now. Yo's going to get focused, and he is going to get straight up dueled, I think. They're all scared. They're in the pit. Can we get a Ravage, please? No Ravage. There's a Veil of Discord and a Macropyre in there. Stolen Ravage, and it's going to go right back against Virtus.Pro. Everybody's dead, and it just does not matter.
I think both teams used the same amount of Ravages, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's actually true. Like, they both used 3 Ravages, I think.
Well, there's
was
the first one-man Ravage.
Yeah,
that
there was so 4 for VP and 3 for 4ASC. Because there was a one-man Ravage on the slug that wasn't stolen. But wait, Rubik used it when he hasn't had to steal
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Rubik used it twice, so I think there might be the same amount of Ravages.
Tidehunter MVP for 4ASC is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Why pick Tide? When they could get Tide.
Yeah.
Always scary. People used to respect Rubik more. Like, you would always have to ban him if you wanted to pick something like Enigma or Tide.
Yeah.
But they still thought that Sand King and ES were more scary, so banned out those supports instead.
Oh, the Yules to dodge.
Yeah, well, it still lands on you, but it's at least dodges the initial damage.
They'll back off for now.
Yeah. They've been really methodical. I like the way they've played it. Nice path, just catch in there. Macropyre 2. Tide isolated, Moonlight Shadow, and a dead Rubik.
Yeah, Jairus is gonna go down, and Trixie also really low on
Trixie gonna go for another
here,
Mega
but then
TP
again,
out.
Matumba is full HP after just staying in the Fog of War, going in again.
So crazy.
They have a PKB on their Jakiro.
Hey,
All right.
gotta dodge that, Ravage.
Yeah, that's actually true. When you play against a Tidehunter, just build mass BKBs. Every single core with a BKB in this game, you can just walk straight into that. It does make it a lot easier.
They bought a Veil. Good
Viper
stuff.
actually has a lot of items. He has Butterfly, Aghanim, Sanjasha, and Mech. But I don't think it matters that much because he cannot stop the Legion Commander from killing someone in his team. And he cannot stop the Slark from doing the same.
Well, so every time your Viper strikes, it just gets stolen and thrown back in his face.
Yeah. Also, a rule sort of when you play Tidehunter is to try and never Ravage unless you kind of hit the Rubik.
Yeah.
Because you know it's going to be stolen. It's a very easy spell to steal, to be honest.
It's like Enigma as well, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, if you're playing Rubik, that's the only thing you look for in a fight, right? Like,
yeah, that's your one focus. You're looking at the Tide, and you're like, okay, when are you going to do it, bro? As soon as he uses it, you blink close or you walk close, steal it, because you cannot anchor smash fast enough. And then you go in. And he actually played it perfectly in terms of staying outside, stealing it, then blinking in, and getting a perfect Ravage. So
I think it's weird when I see Enigma getting picked so much to not see Rubik picked as a counter, not only just for the black hole, but he doesn't really have any bad spells like to steal, apart from maybe Midnight Pulse you wouldn't be too happy with.
Sometimes, but sometimes you would be extremely happy to have it.
Yeah.
So, and as you say, when you channel Black Hole,
it's the easiest steal.
It's the even worse than Ravage, because you're just standing there like, please, let me do this.
That's like, normally if you don't get the Rubik in the black hole, you basically gifted black hole to the enemy.
True. Pyro attempt, gonna go out here. Trixie this time, missing it. Not catching. So they get a tier 1 tower, but I think tier 1 tower is fine to lose at this point.
Yeah.
There's no real threat in that.
Daedalus on Mirana now.
In this Dreamleague, we've seen a lot of like, oh, this team's got this game, right? Like, most of MVP Phoenix games have been like that. And slowly the other teams somehow whittle their way back. So, I mean, Virtus.Pro has probably one of the worst late game lineup because Viper is just not a good core. And BZZ has died way too much to really be considered core. But they'll find themselves
really aggressive.
I mean, all of these kills buy time.
Double crit from Mirana, just killing him immediately.
Mirana's one item away from being like kind of a scary thing.
True.
They can finally fight now without the threat for a minute of Rubik stealing Ravage, so they should fight right now if they can.
Yeah. I also liked the danger or the power of her just building BKB first item, sort of, after drums and Nekwell, of course. Because that way Slark can't just target her and say like, hey, you're dead.
Yeah.
But she still has to watch out for the Blade Mail duel from Legion Commander, because she might just kill herself on that one. But definitely VP have a chance to bring this bond back, which is surprising after how dominating 4SC has been.
I think win or loss, like this is a replay that 4SC should go back to and be like, why haven't we closed out this game yet? Because they could have closed out the game for maybe 10 minutes now, right?
Yeah, it feels like a lot of teams are saying the same thing, that it's so hard to push high ground right now. And 4SC hasn't really tried to push high ground that
part
much.
of it is their lineup. Like your best pusher is what? A Jakiro. Their cores are built to get map control, get kills, great gankers, but not really like for example, a Death Prophet that could push high ground.
Right.
Or a Razor that could walk up with the ult. So You know,
I think this is the idea, though, when you draft these type of heroes, to just keep the entire map and try to use the entire map against VP. Because you have, as we talked about earlier, the Slark just dewarding people right and left. Sure, there are some wards now that he hasn't found. But
do you think the other problem is, like, with the comeback mechanic, is like, okay, if we take a risky attempt to push high ground here and we all die, that's quite a big chunk of money for VP that you don't want to give him.
Yeah.
you'll like...
I'm surprised Jax is this aggressive against an Ogre Magi, because there's very little chance to kill him anyway. But he's going to back off now. But all of VP just running down here with the Mirana Invis. TP out from Jax after he blinks into a tree line. That is going to keep him safe. Ravage.
Fishman looking. Fishman
Not going to
looking.
be used, of course. Well,
That felt like a very high risk, low reward kind of thing. Because if Jarex died there, that's a tier 2.
I agree. I don't think that was correct, really playing that aggressively. But in the end, he gets out just fine. Blink and Force Staff is pretty decent. But right now, even though it's just under 20,000 experience and gold advantage towards for ASC, we're still thinking that VP have a decent chance at comeback, right?
Yeah, and that big gold deficit for VP, that's sort of advantage in a disguise, right? Like you're fighting okay for now, and any kill you get is just big comeback mechanic gold.
What do you think Viper needs to build? Do you think he actually needs a BKB, or would you go for even more like a damage item now? Because all of his items are survivability or survivability.
I guess you see the Slark's Eagle Song, and you know MKB gotta be a fairly obvious choice, but maybe tanking up is also the right thing. I'm not sure.
Legion Commander, by the way, with her MKB of her own, so she definitely wants to kill either Mirana when she gets anything like a butterfly, but of course Viper having a butterfly and having Medic for a while.
Straight BKB. All right.
Good target.
She hits extremely hard now. 350 or so.
Yeah, that's true.
I think one thing that VP has to have at the start of the fight is a big AA ultimate.
Yeah.
Because all of the previous fights is like, the Slark gets jumped on, he gets out of the fight, he gets this regen, he comes back in.
Yeah, but AA doesn't work well. You know, we talked about how the Slark is countered a little bit by AA, but Slark also plays in a way that doesn't allow the AA to play on a lane and farming up creeps all the game.
Right.
So because of this, there's no Aghanims on AA. And he just doesn't do that much.
It makes a big difference.
He's not
really
so
does.
impressive.
Yeah.
Level 16 in Aghs right now would be dangerous, but who really cares that much against a level 2 ultimate? I mean, it's irritating, of course, but maybe you can just back out of it and be fine.
It's not like the fight resetter that it becomes when you get that Aghs. It's like, right, we have to back now.
Yeah.
Especially when you're facing Refresher, Ravage, which they will be.
There's also a particular playstyle of AA where, like, you see, let's say, for example, that 4AC is sieging their mid. Your AA wants to be like some really far up position to drop a big Ice Blast.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get to do that because there's a Slark. In any case, it looks like we're going to see an engagement here. Light Shadow initiation, but they get seen by creep, so never mind.
That's anticlimactic. By the way, the Tidehunter is pretty close now to his double Ravage with Refresher Orb.
So he gives one away, but you know has one himself.
Yeah,
exactly.
One more himself.
He's gonna be twice as good as Jarex now.
He might even up the count.
So we're still 4-4, right? That's the count. Let's keep
I think it's 4-4. Yeah. I'm not sure, of course, but
it's around that, I think.
Pretty sad in general, to be honest, to play a 48-minute game and use your ulti 4 times.
It's the loaded gun, man.
I guess it's a good time for Rubik, though, when he gets to use Ravage 4 times in that same amount of time.
Yeah, it's great for the Rubik. Not so good for the Tide.
I think it's tough because 4ASC haven't been
Viper, he's by himself. Gotta be careful.
Like, it's only around the Roche fights, really, that he's had a guaranteed chance to say, here they are, like a big group.
Yeah. They have played disciplined against the Tide, just splitting up, as you say. I mean, they kind of stick together, but very seldom will they walk into an engagement sticking together. They will split up and say, okay, go in first, Legion Commander and Slark, you guys are okay to take the Ravage on because you have BKBs and whatnot. Meanwhile, the Rubik and Jakiro have stayed so far away. Even the Skywrath has been splitting fairly well.
Do you think this is this is just people waiting for the next Roshan and then try and base the push off that? Like, either way, it's a Rax, whoever wins this, right? Or at least buyback.
A bit
I'm
harder
not sure
for
if
VP.
Yeah, I'm not sure if VP could guarantee a Rax of it, but definitely I think Finstack, if they get the Aegis in the hands of Legion Commander maybe, instead of the Blade Mail, they could secure a Rax, I think.
Here comes another smoke. They got to be running low on the... And
Oh,
Jerax,
Jerax.
it will be found. No, force that blink too quick. But he actually gets stuck by the trees, and he's going to get found. You know what? Maybe they don't even need Roche. With this kill, you could at least storm down and take a tier 2, right?
So soon, though, that Roshan is going to go up, and it's, you know, pretty near the end of the potential timer. So the players, of course, don't really know when Roshan is going to go up here, but...
Slark doesn't really need anything else at this point, does he? 3,000 gold? Butterfly
He sees the AA. He sees the AA, and AA has gem. This is a huge kill. Can he actually take the gem?
He can't
No,
really
he's
take it.
His full inventory.
Yeah, he could just leave it there like, okay, someone else is going to
He
pick it
should
up.
kill whoever picks it up.
But that's the thing, though. Like, now that Slark jumped in and got a kill, 4FC should realize there's high ground vision. In any case...
Wow, Miran actually
Look,
dealing tons
just
of
turns
damage.
around. Thanks for the free damage, bro.
Oh, wow.
That duel is not
That
something
was
you want to do.
Suboptimal, I think.
Yeah, Slark though,
Nice
the leap
dodge.
and pounce.
Okay, Slark might die. Okay. There's 2 Ravages.
Yeah, I think definitely Finstack needs to run away here. And Roshan is gonna be up now, and they're gonna check it as well.
That's 75 seconds.
Don't call it a comeback yet,
Don't call it a comeback yet,
but it's comeback.
yeah, I mean, don't jinx it, Lumi. But that damage, giving 18 damage to a Mirana like that, it may not seem like that much.
Hey, for her, it's really big deal.
Yeah.
For her, I mean, you get really happy as a carry when you have a Daedalus and someone gives you free damage like that. So, not the best duel coming out from Valix. We're gonna see any fight here. VP, they want to.
Viper Strike stolen. Slark goes in. Jumps away.
The ding.
Here it comes.
Okay, any Ravage being stolen? Ravage number 2 not going to get used yet. He refreshes it in 98 seconds.
Wow.
Killed the Beyond Godlike streak as well, and without any buybacks going down here, this is going to be a Roshan.
Yeah.
They both have gold for buybacking, but they also know if they buy back, VP are just going to back out. So,
that is a
Well,
nice
if you
gold
buy back
swing.
now, they won't back out. It's too late.
yeah, exactly. Now it's too late, but if they did it immediately. So this is really amazing win, and 6,000 gold over to Viper now. They got a lot of gold in this.
Yeah.
The comeback mechanic
And
is
the
real
cheese,
as
which
Yep.
we saw yesterday, cheese basically game winning.
Well,
potential.
RNG game.
well. For Alliance. For Alliance, that is,
Yeah.
And BZZ has MKB as well, so suddenly the kind of immortal Slark.
You know, I think it was a big difference that Ogre actually got his Aghanims, because it secured a kill on mid lane, and it also did a lot there onto the Slark, just giving him the chance to deal so much more damage. Like, when he has the Aghanims, he's ready to fight.
Here we go.
This is weird. We thought that at this point that 4ASC were going to be in an unassailable lead. They've, I think, a 15k gold swing in the last 15 minutes.
I mean, they had a 20k lead.
Yeah, they did. It was almost a 25k gold lead, I think. So that might have been XP, but either way, it was pretty damn close.
Yeah, XP was
almost
close to 25, and the gold was up at 20. So that's pretty much when we usually quite unthrowable, but Finstack having some trouble finishing this game against VP.
It's like you said, it's tough for them to go up to high ground. It's tough for them to push quickly. But VP pushed their mid lane out. Just got a little bit of damage on the tower, and now they'll back up. What do they do now for objectives? Try and get bot, right?
This is a good back by VP. Discipline. Just backing off here and saying, hey, maybe we can get
Oh my
the bottom.
god, they see Rune of Destiny.
They see the Rune of Destiny.
Oh, baby.
We have seen so many games where DD Rune is the final deciding
Somebody
rune.
buy a bottle and just bottle it. No, okay.
Yeah,
Viper takes it.
That's actually worth doing.
It is. Like, especially a Marana cheese, perhaps. Or no, drop your drums.
Yeah.
Rune
Sadly,
of Destiny is way more
it
important.
would be so good if you could bottle the DD Rune and then just keep it on the courier or
They're
something
going
like
for
that.
this
And
now. Do they
put it
have
over.
double Ravage?
They have one Ravage. Do they actually have double? They have 55
seconds.
so it's pretty far away. But a single Ravage here might be okay with the DD Rune.
Yeah.
They also have the Aegis. They want to deal some damage now.
They're just going for objectives. I think this is smart.
This is a scary fight for Finstack.
All right.
How are they going to react?
Leo's gonna get dropped. Maybe back off a little bit. No, G doesn't care. He's got Aegis.
Oh my god, the Meal Axe is going down really fast, but they're going behind.
All right,
Leaving
BKB's
Commander.
gonna get activated. G's gonna trade up
doesn't
focus
see them.
on objective gaming. Meanwhile, Duel's gonna come in, but Valak's gonna have to trade his life for this. All right, does he have buyback? That's a question. Range Rack's gonna go down. Buyback's gonna
buyback.
come through. Matumba Man gets multicast down to about half HP. He's not regenerating much. Here comes Trixie. Blink into Ice Path. Hits the door. Keep in mind they still have one Ravage. The second Ravage will be back in about 15 seconds. Matumba Man still going to work. BKB and Shadow then both use.
He almost has double Ravage, 10 seconds away only. This could be a really, really good fight for VP.
They could continue pushing. Trixie's going to TP back into safety.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on how VP wants to play this, right? They have the ball in the court right now.
They're still 4v5, so backing off is no shame right here, VP. pretty manly to keep going here, but they are going to back out in the end. Oh, the super bash.
he caught him.
He's got Aegis, so it doesn't matter too much.
they're
Arrow,
gonna go,
it's
though.
going to hit on Matumba, man. He
Look for
gets actually
Ravage.
Dark Pack. Ravage, both of them are up right now.
Oh, the silence.
Boogie getting right-clicked, and the crits are coming in. Boogie's dead. Jurax is dead. Trixie also is going to be dead. Does he have buyback for this? I don't think he does.
Oh,
He gets
we
off
see.
a big ultimate. Ravage number 1. Ravage number 2 should be falling in shortly. Matumba man's dead. Valix coming in. He's actually man-fighting everybody. Can Valix be their savior? Blink, Ice Path. There's a buyback from Matumba man. He kills Sedoya as well. Somehow 4AFC holds. And
Viper keeps going
oh
here,
my
going
God,
on to
Viper's
Trixie.
attacking so fast.
Right.
Ice Path's gonna come through, but the pounce misses. No, he actually
He
goes
goes
on
on
Yo.
Ogre.
I think they're all gonna die here to the Slark in the end, because
I
this
don't
is
know who's winning this
This
fight.
is the man fight winner. I mean, Slark can just go on you, then re-engage.
Oh,
you
the
know,
blink, the bash, any bashes?
Very
he gets
unlikely.
it on the very last one. G has to fight his way. The Flutter Boys. The Flutter Boys is going to work. He wants Trixie, but
he's fluttering. Okay, doesn't work. Doesn't
okay.
actually work.
Buyback check, please.
Yeah, time to check
Triple
for
kill for
buybacks.
Slark.
Okay, everybody apart from Jotum has buyback.
Yeah, that was still a good fight for VP because it was a pretty even fight, but they were
Oh,
so
BOT.
far behind in
BOT
gold.
in.
Oh, he's going.
He's gonna kill the Ice Cube. That's not fair.
Okay, that's gonna force buyback right now.
Yeah, they need to buy back something. They're gonna lose Rex here. You can't just lose it like this. You just raxed the enemy and you had all your Rex remaining.
Okay, Dire's courier died with 300 gold. I'm not sure
Buyback's
what's
now,
on
but it's too late. This Rex is gonna go down no matter what. Actually, he goes on to the Tidehunter instead.
He's got a Bissell.
And right now, Matumba Man has been persisting with all of those Essence Shift damage. Look at how much he's getting
Jeez.
stat-wise. G buys back, but he gets
There's the
Abyssal, and Matumba Man is just going to work. Here comes Yo giving a little bit of assistance. One stun, no multicast. Second one, multicast twice, but G is just getting straight up disabled, and now G is dead.
120
MKB finish on
agility on this
Mirana.
guy.
Mirana against the world. She's got BKB. She's got MKB. She's got a right click, and that will force 4AC to back off right now. 2x multicast, arrow, and it's going to be blink back in from Jurax. He wants to get BZZ, and it's getting straight up slow bash. BZZ will back off for now. And
Both
I
the
think they
supports
will
getting away.
defend. They will defend for now.
Oh, I'm so sad to see VP take an amazing fight and do so well, and then when they have the buybacks, they don't defend properly. But now Matumba Man trying to find more.
Oh, the arrow! It's gonna hit! But the Jerax arrow hits on BZZ. There is no damage. Ice Path still there. Matumba Man trying to regen through the Ice Blast, which will not be possible. He still
Doesn't actually work.
blinking back
In he
in.
goes.
He kills Yo. BZZ wants the man fight, and he will win
Oh,
this
he has
man
ulti.
fight. Oh, the blink! He dodges away from Valix. There's a Shadow Dance from Matumba Man, so he's still regenning. Jerax
Oh, I think Finstack are
running
gonna
this
close
track.
this one out now.
Oh my goodness. What a comeback.
What a crazy game, and Finstack,
It
we
was
hear
the double
happiness.
comeback.
That was the double
comeback
comeback.
followed
double
by the
comeback.
comeback.
Or the disappointment comeback. It's like, they're doing it? Okay, no, actually no.
Don't call it a comeback, guys.
Don't call it a comeback. Lumi, 2014. Man, I mean, VP have to be beating themselves at this point because that was so sad. They did all the hard work, and then instead of all buybacking at the same time, they kind of had mixed opinions, I guess,
Yeah.
whether they should defend the racks or not. Because they had buybacks available on multiple heroes, decided to just use Viper and Tide kind of to defend. They needed more.
That was a great game to watch, though.
It was really exciting.
Yeah.
Dreamleague Stage 2 confirmed for most close games I've seen in a long while.
I don't think I've ever seen such a high rates of tight games. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, really, really close games, and I think these guys are still kind of pumping in adrenaline.
Yeah.
I am too.
I mean, that's the first game, right? So looking forward to see what we are going to see in the next game. Man, you can see VP players not looking too happy after that. Man,
think,
they were so
yeah.
close to coming back after 25,000 experience
Yeah.
and 20,000 gold.
There was some, I think, a couple of the fights at the end there was some cheers and shouts, and they really thought they were going to turn it around. It was,
Oh, there were definitely some loud shouts
to
from
have
the
that
VP
snatched
side.
away from you.
Davai. Davai.
Yeah, Davai. A lot of
Oh.
Davai.
That's loud.
I thought Forest Seep did really well right at the very death when it, you could easily have bottled it and sort of made a wrong call. I thought they gave up the burst and said, okay, let's just do what we need to do.
Yeah.
I thought the boots of travel from the Slark in there to kill the Ice Cube was a great
Overall, I would say VP showed a lot of, resilience and strength in this game,
Yeah.
though, because they put themselves or got put really far behind,
Mm-hmm.
had an extremely hard game that I would never really think that they could come back from.
Yeah.
And then just showed persistently that they could take fights despite being down 20,000 gold.
Yeah, yeah.
So really nice execution from them throughout the later stages of the game. Sadly, it didn't end in their favor.
Yeah, yeah.
Big shout out to Smoke of the Sea, because if you imagine this game happened like 3-4 years ago where Smoke did not exist,
Before the existence of it, yeah.
Virtus.Pro could never have made a comeback. They would have
True.
just choked. Like they could never actually pick off Jurax 2-3 times, get a T1, get a T2.
It's a necessary item
It was.
for interesting
and that
games.
game just showed it.
Yeah, it was a shame that Virtus.Pro was so controlled throughout the game because Hyperion said like they're on a time limit, or they were.
Yeah.
And then they like played very disciplined.
Yeah.
And then the moment that they actually start getting like the payoff from that, getting the racks in the bottom lane, that's actually all that for ASC needed to actually make their own going uphill, because that was their issue, of course, the entire game, that they actually were ahead.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like you mentioned, like Louis mentioned, couldn't go uphill either through draft or through not being able to pick up heroes because Virtus.Pro was so disciplined.
It was
But,
weird because at the point where I thought their time limit was up, they actually came back.
Yeah.
It was really bizarre the way it worked.
You were just about to count them out, like,
Yeah.
okay, you're done. Oh, okay, you have fighting
Yeah,
spirit.
yeah, get a Rax then, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually was already preparing, saying like, oh my God, you were all wrong because Virtus.Pro is winning and my prediction is looking good. My prediction went out the window, but you know.
We're all
Somebody's gotta-
right, boys.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it does show how close these two teams are, right? Because, I mean, this was a really close game. It might not have been close through draft, per se, because, I mean, everybody already, like, it was, at the start it wasn't close, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But it ended up a nail-biter,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah.
Good start of the day. We have, of course, a lot more games to come, but we also have a break in between games. Not right now, though, or at least the players are having a break. Bruno is not having a break because he's sitting on the couch and he has some company.
I'm never having a break, Shiver. I'm such a hard worker here. And so is Shane, who's been next to me all game watching. And we have also EGM from Team Tinker. Hey, Tony, how's it going?
Hello, all good?
Good. You were watching that game?
Yeah, caught the end of it.
Yeah, so you play these guys before in this tournament, but you play the finish. They're not that bad, are they?
Oh, really good, actually.
Yeah. Okay, so since I have 2 minutes and we have to make this short, let's not talk about the game at all. I just want to ask you real questions.
Okay.
Broodmother and CM.
Annoying as fuck.
Good. Phoenix in CM.
Even more annoying.
Would you play any of those heroes?
I think both have a place in CM. I think Phoenix is more potential than Brute. I don't even know. Both have
Do
potential.
you even know, like, how would you play Phoenix? Like, mid lane, farmer, support?
Off lane, probably.
Can I
yeah.
play support, can I, Phoenix?
It can, but I don't think it's good. Always are Phoenix players, so he said off lane is probably the best choice.
That's
It's a
good.
good survival, and yeah.
And have you even heard about Oracle yet, or no idea about the
I
hero?
don't even know what hero it is.
Dude, go to play, like, after Dreamleague is over, or like whenever like you have a break, and the hero is released, go and play in a pub. It's completely stupid, and it's going to be your favorite support.
Okay.
You like
I'm gonna
Abaddon,
try.
right?
The Abaddon? Yeah.
Abaddon.
Yeah.
This is like Abaddon on steroids,
Oh, yeah.
and ranged, and with
Sounds
1.4
good.
base attack time.
What ult does he have?
What?
What ultimate does he have?
An ultimate makes an ally, or himself, invisible, like Stark invisibility, so you can attack and cast spell and keep invisible, and you don't take any damage until the ulti ends, and you don't take any heal until the ulti ends, but at the end you take double the heal. So essentially you're indestructible and invisible for 7, 8, 9 seconds. And 20-second cooldown.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, by the way, if you buy a Yule Scepter, and you use at the end of the ultimate, like when you will take the damage, kind of like Okos Ram, you don't take the damage.
Will they patch that, though? They'd have to patch that.
Wow.
Well, I'm just putting it out there so that people know.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So anyways, that's what is coming now in your future pubs. Gonna be fun. Still a support hero, but I really...
Sounds like a carry.
Yeah, kind of does. But very bad stats gain. Anyways, thank you for being here, Johnny. You'll be playing later
problem.
today versus MVP at 18:30
Yeah, and then
And
after that we got
for
4
ASC.
Yeah,
So better study these guys because they're pretty
studying
good.
hard.
And we're going to a break now. When we come back, we'll have the second game between 4ASC and Virtus.Pro. See you in a while.